So we're going to open up our camera, and what you'll notice is that you might have some icons here. So you may have icon for flash. So what you want to do is make sure to turn off flash when you're taking photos. And then you're going to have somewhere you can have exposure. So here on this camera, I have exposure. It's the plus minus, and then I can actually choose to underexpose, which is -1, have a normal exposure, and then overexpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture under at the right exposure according to my camera, and then overexpose. So here we go. We have set up a nice little composition here. Try to get it so those, there we go, something like this maybe. All right, gonna focus on the one in the foreground. So if you don't have the exposure option, what you might have is a little slider here, so you can also slide it overexposed, at the right exposure, and then underexposed. So I'm going to start off by taking my -1 exposure, so that's underexposed, tap back on here to focus the foreground. Then I'm going to do it at the quote-unquote correct exposure. Try again. And then I'll do an overexposed. In the shade, and the flowers here are just catching a little bit of sun, and this is actually a good example of seeing exposure. Tap on my flower. I'm going to underexpose it. Take a picture. The correct exposure. Take a picture. And then I'm going to overexpose it and take a picture. Alright, so I'm going to do a picture inside now. The thing with the inside is I actually turn the lights off in the classroom. Not over there, but over here. And I'm shooting by my classroom door. And the reason I'm doing that and I open up the door is so I get natural light. I'm going to have the best lighting using natural lighting, so that is what I'm going to suggest. And again, I'm going to tap on my subject. I'm going to do an underexposed picture. I'm going to line up my picture here with the grid, keeping my subject off center, filling the frame. I'm going to underexpose it. I'm going to get the quote-unquote correct exposure, and then I'm going to overexpose. All right, so now and if you have this option here, I highly suggest using it this way. So again, you can underexpose one stop, we call this, correct exposure, and then overexpose one stop. All right, so we're going to compare our results. So we did one inside with natural light. You could try indoor light, but whatever you're doing, please do not use the flash. You're going to do one in shade and one in the sun. Now we need to upload our photos. We're going to go to Google Drive. But you want to make a folder within your photo one folder. So I'm going to just go ahead and go to photo one. There we go. And now I need to make a new folder. So I go to the little plus sign, I go to folder. So you guys should have a photo one folder. This is going to be called exposure. Create, and then you're going to go ahead and open that folder. The next step is to then upload your files. So you're going to hit the plus again and upload photos and videos, recents, and then I'm going to go ahead and upload my photos. So I had my underexposed, my regular and overexposed, over, regular, under, and I have my under, regular, and over. I'm gonna go ahead and upload those. Uh-oh. And warning sign, Mrs. Olden did not shoot them in JPEG. Great job, Mrs. Olden. Way to follow your own directions. So if you notice that they're HEIC as you're uploading, you may want to just quick go ahead and reshoot them. And that is how you upload them, and then you're going to go ahead and insert them into a grid on to turn it in.